here surrounded by so many passionate juniors who just love what they're doing and really patriotic for their country and just want to lay it all out on the pitch.
Ladies and officials, this is your 30-second warning.
With 30 seconds to go, our opening game in this mixed 15s category. I mean, China and Scotland, two teams that, this category will always be fresh faces, the youngest category that we have here at the Euros. What a spectacular opportunity it is at such a young age to represent your country.
Absolutely. I mean, they're only just going to learn from this. It's so exciting just to be in this environment, surrounded by everybody else, really just giving it their best shot and actually improving on their own personal performance as well. And we're about to, there we go, we're kicking off. Scotland have the tap.
Yeah, this is setting up to be something very nice, good core skills. And one of the things that always impresses me about the youth setup is we see a doggies platform coming from mixed 15s, which is a phenomenal sight to behold. It's nice footwork from Ewan Lewis. He's looking to just create some scoring opportunities. Again, another sweeper set up here for Lewis. Lewis driving hard, big hole. Scotland open the scoring. Stuart Robertson. I mean, what about that structure from a mixed 15 side?
That is beautiful. I mean, it's rare to see a line move from tap, even in the top leagues. So this is amazing to see it executed so well. They were doing nothing but communicating all the time at the 7. Didn't even need a second attempt, just one and done. This is really great to see from Scotland there.
Well done.
And now it's China's turn to look to create some scoring opportunities. Scotland have certainly started the brightest, although China look to have quite a lot of pace about them. It's a nice check away from the link press. There is something very nice about this striking platform here for China. Open side quickie, lovely late release, maybe looking to go to the wing. Great covering touch.
It's a great bit of heads-up play from China here, seeing how Scotland react. It's unlucky.
Yeah, the bagpipes start going down to our left. Although I don't think they're. Yep, they are. There's a bloke playing bagpipes at the end of our pitch.
Only in Scotland, honestly.
This feels like de facto Scottish territory at this stage.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just the sound of the wind there, isn't it?
This is a really nice subsetting from Scotland. There's Alex Nichol, who is certainly quite a big stature. So is Magnus Ferguson, although you'd expect nothing less from a name like Magnus Ferguson. He sounds like a big plug, whichever way you cut it. One of the really impressive things for me, from a Scottish perspective at this stage, is that the depth in which they're running. I think it's really impactful, and one of the things that I've been asked a few times, what's the difference between, is there anything that you can tell, signs that you look for between a team that is developing and a team that is established? And depth is a really big part of that. Scotland look pretty good in that department.
Yeah, absolutely, I have to agree. And I mean, it's a sign of confidence that they're attacking with such speed coming off the subset. It means that they're well drilled and they know what they're doing, and they're just really attacking it with pace, which in this game you really can't lose from that. It's fantastic to see.
Absolutely. As you see, Zhuan Lin Yin looking to create attacking inroads, working with Bao Sun Zheng. I think China doing a really good job at looking to go width to width and trying to create some separation in the Scottish defence. But I think the Scottish team are athletic enough at this stage just to cover those spaces. It'd be nice to see how this game progresses, and if China look to potentially be a little bit more vertical in their attack, although that drop ball will give them a fresh set of 6 to do something on the line.
Absolutely. No, I agree. I mean, I think China have a good tactic here, using the width, because Scotland are so well drilled. The only way you're really going to break that defence is by turning their hips out and making them run, really.
That's exactly what they've got to do. Zhang looking to operate in the middle. Sweeper set up here. It's a lovely pick-up, although attacking down a 3-on-3 channel. Scotland numbering up very well. It's mature defensive work from a team so tender of age. And China are going to go a little bit speculative. Lovely hands in the corner from Zhao Yehi. There is he. That'll be 6 and change. Really impressive defensive work from Scotland.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's only so much you can do when the ball is being passed so much, and they're doing really well at shutting down and really sticking to their channels for that.
What's really impressive as well, I've had the pleasure of commentating a lot of junior touch events, do the junior nationals, they're coming up, and the schools cup, and I played touch at this age, and it certainly did not look like this. It's a really nice striking platform here for fifth coming. Long ball option, lovely rip, not quite taken in the corner. In the right space, picking the right options. It's probably just the fact that this is the first game and we're not even at 9 o'clock in the morning yet.
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, I would struggle at this time myself, so they're doing a fantastic job.
And it's always a mark of a really talented winger if you're constantly getting into good spaces. And I think that's certainly the case for the Scotland's number 14, Isabel Guerre, who is lingering on this left-hand edge in quite a dangerous space.
Yeah, absolutely. As that winger, you're constantly surveying the field and seeing not only what your team are doing, but what the defence are doing. And you're not just marking your own man, you're looking at all the different gaps on the field. So it is a really tough job, and they're doing a great job at it.
Yeah, there's a lot of chat from the box. And I've got to say, I completely agree. Freddie Fox has got to run the exact same thing. Here is Fox wearing 9. And just run at the line. There's a lovely space over on his right-hand side if he wants to use it. And Freddie Fox might look to just do a little bit of conditioning, which feels wild to say when commentating a mixed 15s team. There's a nice pick up against the grain, lovely long rip, right-hand step. It's nice recycling, but that ball just drops to the floor. I think Scotland may be a little bit guilty of just making that pitch feel really small for them, not really using all of the space. It feels like both teams could take a leaf out of each other's attacking playbook.
Yeah, absolutely. But, I mean, China defended so well there. They were sniping those touches really early, which is so important on a team like this. So that really, I mean, it was a solid attacking set from Scotland, but I think the defence just really shut that down.
And it is... I mean, it's a wonderful thing to see touch being played at such a high level at such a young age. And so far, both teams putting a really good account of themselves out there. Unfortunately, though, for Caden Anderson, he's just got to come back following the midfield turnover. Here is Freddie Fox. He looks to have a little bit of speed about him.
And fantastic ball control, I just want to say that. I mean, he's very confident with his handling skills, which is great to see at this level.
Yeah, and then is the big fellas. Magnus Ferguson. For quickie setups getting onto the line, here is Magnus Ferguson. A disguised sweeper play, diving at the line, looking to get over. The referees have a bit of a decision to make. There's Crystal Ravenscroft over in the corner in a nice position just to indicate to the on-field ref that touch was made. Really good defensive touch.
Yeah, that was an incredibly solid dive and a really hard touch to make, but they were just on it, no questions asked. So yeah, fantastic to see. The defence of China are really impressing me here.
Yeah, and they've done well to weather the early storm as well. I've been in the position where you concede early, and there's a tendency to maybe go and chase the game and try and force some things, but it doesn't feel like China are doing that, and they're sticking to their game plan, their structure. Touch in China is going from strength to strength. Always really lovely kit as well. I'm not biased at all, but yeah, the kit is lovely. And touch in China is developing at a really nice pace, especially in their opens categories. It's lovely to see that their junior categories are following in that vein.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if this is any metric to how the rest of their squads are going to perform, I think we're in for a really strong weekend from them.
Found herself in that link wing hole, which is the hardest one to find ourselves in. However, just switching off. He's half, can't score, needs some support. There is an inside runner. They connect. Can they finish? That's wonderful defensive work. Ewan Lewis with a try-saving touch for Scotland. The defence from Scotland just switched off for a moment, allowed the opportunity for Zhan Lin Yin to fly through, get into the in-goal area, and he does so again, looking to connect once more, and China do equalise. It took 2 bites of the cherry. Bao Zheng finishes. That's one way to turn the tide in your favour, isn't it, Lexi?
Yeah, that's absolutely textbook play from China. That was fantastic. He caught them napping for a second and thought, yeah, I'll have that. Great speed. Did really well not to panic his half, because that's one of the main issues. When you realise you can't get touch, you've got to pass that ball off, and it was a beautiful pass. And they've really just refreshed themselves nicely on that line. Yeah, great heads-up play. That's what you need to do to win against the Scotland side. So I want to see more of that. It was fantastic.
I think also it's you see a lot of the times where if you create scoring opportunities by possibly going full length or creating holes, then running the full length of the pitch, there's a tendency to then go to the other side of the pitch, whereas China just attacked down the same avenue and found a lot of success, which is very mature stuff. There's a nice disguised screen play, 2-on-1, finish in the corner, Scotland. That is lovely work. Lead runner, screen out the back, 2-1 Scotland. I'm a big fan of that one. How
about that? I mean, anything you can do, I can do better, says Scotland. That was fantastic. No time wasted, straight into another score. It was beautiful. Really just looking at the gaps that China had left in their defence and utilised it. Fantastic.
And that is... that's a score that holds a dear place in my heart, actually. My entire time playing touch, all we ran was screen and just had a very rugby union-esque setup. So Scotland, you've got a fan in me. 2-1 to Scotland, 10 minutes in, halfway through the first half. We're a fan of this performance so far, but China feel like they're starting to click into gear and create scoring opportunities of their own.
Yeah, absolutely, and that was a fantastic defensive touch there from Scotland's Alexander Firth. That was really, really lovely to slow down that momentum.
Oh, lovely. He's escaped into the in-goal once more. He's certainly the danger man, trying to connect. Not quite happening. Bao Zheng scored once, looked to assist another. This pod of Zheng and Yin specifically, underpinned by some really industrious work from Zhang. There's certainly a pod that's causing Scotland all sorts of issues.
Absolutely, they're looking quite dangerous, aren't they? When they've got the ball, you really don't know what they're going to do, but that was incredible mirror defence from Scotland there. Really, really nice shutdown of that, what could have been quite a dangerous try there.
Yeah, and the female link from Scotland, I missed her number, unfortunately. Did miraculous work. However, Scotland looked to escape into the in-goal area. Really good touch made. Try scorer, Bao Zheng.
Something I'm loving seeing here is looking at the teams learning from each other. It's very much one play will happen and then the other team will reciprocate. It's really great to see.
Yeah, I think it's a really good point. The level in which, I mean, steel sharpens steel, right? So, you know, you play against teams, you play against your peers, you pick up little things. You know, maybe China don't... I assume that screenplay that Scotland scored off is quite a UK thing. You don't really see it played on the continent in Europe or even down in the Southern Hemisphere. So maybe China haven't just seen that before, and they'll go home and they'll think, oh, that was really good. That was something that maybe we would like to take into our game, and then the sport grows, people grow, people develop. It's a wonderful thing, whichever way you look at it.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about playing against other countries, because even if you have a similar move, it may have a different name. So you're constantly having to look at what they're doing rather than listen for calls. So both squads are doing really well at that at the moment.
There's Fox, open side quickie for Freddie Fox, just taking a stutter step. Getting back onto the sevens. Really nice work from this middle pairing. Freddie Fox, dummy in, coming back against the grain. Lovely footwork, escapes into the in-goal area, needs to find some support, does so. Is it finished? It is. And it's a brace now. Isabel Guerre. But Freddie Fox ghosting into the in-goal area. Lovely right foot step. Leaves China chasing shadows. That's really mature stuff as well to keep his composure at half and find the winger. Yeah, that was a fantastic finish from the winger there. She was really running out of space and she had that defence really coming onto her. So she did really, really well to catch that and get it down with no time wasted. Fantastic. And actually, I think it's an important thing to touch on. It is, in my opinion, the hardest position on a touch pitch, being a winger. Yeah. I think, you know, it might not feel like it at this age. Like when I was this age and I was told I'm going to be a winger, I thought, oh, okay. And then I started to play as winger and I thought, well, actually, the rest of this is pretty easy because my job's really hard. And Isabel Guerre is doing a wonderful job on this Scottish
wing. Yeah, it's definitely an underrated position. It's definitely underappreciated, so they're doing a great job here.
Yeah, it's one of those positions. It's like a goalkeeper. Yeah, like a midfield player might have a lot to do, but if he makes a mistake, he's got defenders and attackers to help him out. Whereas a goalkeeper doesn't have a lot to do, but if he makes a mistake, it's a goal.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the wing position in touch. You know, there's a reason why, especially at Opens level, we bang on so much about world-class wingers and specialist wingers. You know, making or breaking a very good team. And Isabel Guerre's doing a really good job of this. It's China. Look for this sweeper setup. Nice pick up, 3-on-2. Driving hard at the line. Might be an offside defender. Referees are just going to have a chat. The body language of Scotland seems to be that it's going to be given a score, and it is. Really good chat from the refs. Offside defender advantage played through. Score given, and it's that dangerous pod of Bao Zheng and Zhanlin Yin causing Scotland all sorts of issues. That was a really beautiful sweeper play from China there. Even if the defender wasn't offside, there was a massive gap to the left as well, so they were really seeing their options. Scotland had turned their hips completely the other way, so dragging them to the right was
the perfect play.
I think one of the first times we've seen Scotland's defence just become a little bit disjointed as well. It came from nice interplay between the Chinese middles, making sure that they were manipulating the ball. So potentially something for Scotland to problem solve, and a lot of confidence for China to take. However, Scotland, on the first time of asking, going at another score on the board. Ewan Lewis, who made a try-saving touch a few moments ago, now gets over the whitewash on the other end of the pitch. That's just a golden return from Scotland.
Yeah, that's absolutely textbook. I mean, there's really not much you can do about that. They were drilled, they were quick. It was the pace that I think really caught China there, because they were running fantastic moves, but it was just at such a speed that they had nothing to do about it.
I'm also kind of blown away. I know it's his first game of the day, and I'm trying not to, let the horse out the barn too early. But I'm blown away that the Scotland's tap-off move at mixed 15s is doggies. That's phenomenal. Absolutely
it's great
phenomenal.
To see. I mean, I know in the academy there is quite a lot of mixing, and the coaches speak to each other a lot, so it's great to see.
Oh, lovely evasion. China connecting, scoring. Zhuan Linyin connecting with Zhang. This pod has Scotland's number. These boys are on fire for China.
Well, this game has really kicked off now, hasn't it? It's just blow for blow. It's fantastic.
Yeah, we're at 4-3 in favour of Scotland, and they looked very comfortable in the early stages of this game, and China have certainly grown into it. There was a little bit of dew on the floor as well, but we've not really seen many drop balls. The core skills have been wonderful. It's setting up for a really tasty second half. Nice late sweeper play, really good pace, really good score. That is lovely. And we were banging on about depth earlier on, and Noah Johnson comes from a different postcode to get over on that sweeper play.
Yeah, I truly cannot believe some of the level of some of these skills that we're seeing at this age. It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, they're so well drilled. The communication is really there for both teams in attack and defence. Yeah, you'd expect to see this at the Opens level. It's amazing.
You really would. And again, like, we're talking about depth, and you can just see what such a difference that good depth makes when you're trying to strike at the line, running on with momentum. And China were a little bit stuck in that roll ball, and Ewan Johnson, with all of his depth and momentum, just all sorts of problems. There's a nice right-hand rip, nice hole as well, good defensive work. Again, really impressed with this Chinese pod. Again, trying to go down that short side, create a 3-on-2, killing a ball in a good area, making Scotland go full width to get these fresh legs on. They need a lot of punch moving forward. That's a nice first touch. Good yards made. The second's pretty good as well. This is really impressive stuff.
This is a classic subset here. Really great to see. Lots of momentum coming onto the pitch from this fresh set. It's great.
Yeah, it's 4. His fifth touch is going to be bang on the 7-metre line. What a wonderful transition. This deserves a score. Lovely late pass. I mean, the scramble defence from Zhuan Linyin does enough to see off Scotland, but he'll give away the penalty. My word, what a transition that is. Textbook, 7-metre line, 7-metre line. You get your final strike dump on the opposition 7. The coaches in this box below us are going to be loving it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you want nothing more from a subset than to put yourself in a really good position to score, and that's exactly what Scotland have done. But great defence from China there again. I mean, yes, he was offside, but he stopped them from scoring there, so they've just got to try and hold it together here.
A lovely right foot step. Oh, really nice stuff. That'll be given 6 more. Very impressive work from Ewan Lewis, working in the midfield with Daisy Fox, which is a really nice thing to see. And Fox, very much the conductor, it seems, in this pod. Lewis, open side quickie, right foot step, coming back against the grain, diving at the line. There's a good defensive touch. Zhang Yin doing enough to see off that attacking threat. Daisy Fox, Lewis. There's an open side quick again. Fox coming back against the grain. Lovely fire up option, accelerating, feeding to the wing. Just going loose at the last moment, but it's really nice to see a good bit of conditioning coming in. Unfortunately not able to get over the line on that occasion, but there's a lot of positives to take from that attacking set.
Oh, 100%. I mean, all credit to China in the defence there. They were just so quick. The minute they saw the ball was going short side, they turned and they were just running and running and running. So they really shut that one down, which caused the panic pass. So, yeah, fantastic from China.
really good hands there from Caden Anderson. And good speed on display, looking for the late switch. There's a bit of a tumble. That'll be given 6 and change, unfortunately, for China, who thought they'd created some really dangerous inroads.
Yeah, that's so unlucky there. That was really on. Yeah, very unlucky.
There's second touch.
I mean, you were talking about depth earlier. It seems quite counterintuitive to be running from behind because you'd think the defence would know what was coming, but it's really the momentum that shuts everything down and just forces them to take a guess.
I think the Scottish team is just so athletic. They can almost do what they want at will. It's a lovely inside pass there. And again, it's got to be a score. Brilliant covering defence, getting over. And that brings up the half-time. But how impressive have Scotland been in this opening 20 minutes? And then how impressive is it from China to be able to problem solve as they've gone on and you know, only go into the half 2 scores down when it looked like, I mean, they conceded in the first minute of the game and it looked a little bit ominous quite early. But both of these sides are doing a phenomenal bit of work at not even 9 o'clock in the morning.
I know. I mean, what a first half we've just witnessed. I went into this not knowing much about the Chinese team, and they've impressed me the most, to be honest. I mean, Scotland are obviously the dominant side, but China's ability to just read what they're doing and attack and defend with such pace, it's really, really fantastic to see. And as you say, coming from starting and conceding, it's really demoralising. So they've done so well to just brush that off and really show Scotland what they're made of and make this an incredible match so far.
And if Scotland keep doing what they're doing, they will be looking to go one better than their 4th place finish at the Youth Atlantic Cup in this division this time last year. We've got a 5-minute break and then the second 20 minutes of our opening game here at the European Youth Touch Championships. We'll be with you.
So just to confirm, Players and officials, stand by.
So the second half is underway. China versus Scotland. A 2-try deficit to overcome for this Chinese side. However, this is the pod that has scored all 3 of their scores so far. His lovely hands out to the wing. Maybe that little bit of dew on the ball causing attacking issues for Xi Sheng Wang. It was good attacking work. I identified the right space. That pass just needed an extra yard on it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they were hoping to come out and show Scotland a taste of their own medicine there and come out so they can concede early. But yeah, quite unlucky. It was a perfect play. The gap was there. So hopefully they'll take that and use that next time.
We will see. It's a good read, and I know if this Chinese mixed 15 side is anything like the Chinese Open side, these coaches will know exactly what they're looking for in that sub box. I was very impressed when we were at the Touch World Cup and we saw the China team go through their problem solving each game, and I had the very lucky position of being stood right behind that Chinese sub box at one point, and I was stunned by the amount of information that they were imparting onto their players, and the fact that the players weren't experiencing any sort of like overload as well. They just got it and understood it. It seems to be the culture, and I'm sure that this mixed 15 side has a little bit of that about them as well.
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, when you're playing such well-drilled teams, there's nothing you can really do except play what's ahead of you in defence, and they're so good at that. They're really targeting heads up here, and they're trying to give Scotland a taste of their own medicine and really get them running from width to width in defence. So great to see.
It's a really nice subset again from Scotland. Fifth touch. Bang on the 7 again, although taking the touch a little bit closer, now backing off. That's really nice, mature play. Open side quickie, not used, stepping back against the grain. Dummying into the in-goal area, connecting. Freddie Fox has this ball on a string at the moment. He is the magic man, conjuring all sorts of opportunities for Scotland. And this time, it was a lovely hole hit off the ball. I think it was the number 16, Reece Allen, who got over, but I mean, a great finish from Reece Allen, great hole. Freddie Fox looks to have a little bit about him, doesn't he?
I mean, yeah, he's clearly calling all the shots in this pod. It's fantastic to see. I'm talking about China's heads up, but that's exactly what Scotland did there. They created the gaps, they manipulated the defence, and they just turned them every which way to get that score.
Yeah, really mature stuff as well. I was very impressed by the work from the number 15, Douglas Cartledge, who recognised he was taking that touch too close to the try line and then backed on little things. These are, 12, 13, 14-year-old players, and to have that level of maturity and that game sense to go, no, I need to make this dump on the 7, so they've got to go back all the way. They are playing beyond their aggregate at the moment, and that's a very impressive thing.
Yeah, it's wonderful to see. I mean, it makes such a difference to not panic and take that touch in a really important place, and it paid off. They got the score.
Yeah, it's nice defensive work from Scotland as well to take the 7 out of play from China, although China with a little bit of jouet, trying to step around these single shooters. The line speed of Scotland is taking the time away from China, and the Scottish link is a little bit isolated. Really good defensive work from Scotland. This is a different defensive picture than China would have seen so far. They go back to the sweeper setup. Right foot step, diving at the line. It's a wonderful dive.
Some fantastic pocket defence we're seeing from Scotland here. It's really just shutting them down. They've got their mid is sat back, so they're ready to make that next touch, and China don't really know what to do with it.
I completely agree, and it comes from the line speed. It's being led. We'll get the number as she subs off, but it's being led by this near side Scottish link who is just set a ferocious standard, and the boys in the middle have followed in suit. But she's been incredibly impressive. And what a wonderful roll ball that was as well. Just waiting for her to turn around so I can get her number and give her the plaudits.
Alexandra Firth, I think. She's having a fantastic game, defensively particularly, but she's looking in control the whole time. And
the core skills that, that subset roll ball running at 1,000,000 miles an hour and being able to get that ball down cleanly, that's a hard skill. Speaking of hard skills, what about the catch pass that was on display there? It was a dangerous transition once more. Daisy Fox looking to follow in suit from Freddie Fox and create scoring opportunities, and that unfortunate Chinese error will provide Scotland another opportunity. There's 6-3 to the good, a 4-try deficit will be infinitely more comfortable than a 3-try, which is arguably one of the trickier scores in touch. That 3-try buffer can disappear very quickly. 4 tries feels much more safe. There's Fox working with Lewis. Trying to get on the 7, attacking short side. Fox ripping open side. Foot race option. Left foot step back into Fox. Couldn't quite take it with her. It was good defensive pressure from Peng Ziyang, who was maybe just in the eye line of Fox and she tried to gather that ball in. I'm a really big fan of the work of Daisy Fox is doing in that middle channel. Very composed, very calm. It's a really valuable thing to have from a Scottish perspective.
She's doing a fantastic job. I mean, looking up from half, she could have easily passed that ball back and run the quickie, but she looked up and saw the scarcity of the Chinese defence and she turned it the other way. So yeah, she's really looking good.
And she's obviously got a really nice right to left pass on her. I wonder if later on in the tournament, because we will get Scotland Mixed 15s back on the live stream at some point, I wonder if later on in the tournament they'll run that link punish fire up rather than this middle quickie, because Fox has certainly got that pass on her. She could absolutely do that and create more of an overload over on that far side. I mean, also, whilst I'm yabbering on about something that we've not even seen yet, a defensive set from Scotland that takes 6 touches away from China, and China hadn't even made their own 10-metre line. That is a phenomenal bit of defensive work. It must be very frustrating from a Chinese perspective.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, I've been in the Chinese position there, and you feel like there's nothing you can do about it, and Scotland are just really utilising it.
Oh, Freddie Fox with a ball on a dime. Once more to Douglas Cartledge. Freddie Fox is... Well, we're already running out of adjectives to describe the work of Freddie Fox, because, I mean, I imagine if he plays contact, he's a 10, because he's got the ball playing down to an absolute T. The footwork is nasty, and he brings other players into the game as well and doesn't try and do it all himself. It's a dangerous combination.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I mean, he's clearly got the core skills nailed. He's got great ball handling, he's got great pace, really fast feet. And all those things are so important in a game like this. And being able to use your respective players and look at what the defence are doing, he's just...
Oh, what a bit of footwork that is. And China needed something to stop the flow of scores going against them. And they looked at Zhuan Yin, who I think is on for a hat-trick now. That'll be his 2nd score. But this footwork is horrible from Yin. The left footstep, the right footstep. Comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's almost comedic. I mean, I was talking about Fox's skills there, and then I was shown how it's done as well from the Chinese side. It was, yeah, beautiful to see. It's just this call and response between these two squads at the minute. It's lovely.
It's really impressive stuff. We're 8 minutes into this half, and we've already outscored the first half. Both attacks have really found their rhythm. Scotland's defence has been superb. It's setting up for a really interesting final 10 minutes or so.
It really is. I'm always curious to know what is said in half-time in these sub-boxes, because both teams have come out firing and they both want it. So, yeah, it's going to be really interesting. China aren't out of this yet. The rate they're going, I feel like this could be a really closely contested match.
I think for China, though, show and go, getting into dangerous positions. China finishing. There's 2 scores back-to-back for China. 2 scores back-to-back orchestrated by Zhuan Yin. This time checking away to Bo San Zheng, who does stay down in the in-goal area, is up and moving relatively freely. And I'm sure that he'll get, a little bit of free spray. We'll sort that right out. China, with 2 unanswered scores, brings this back to a 2-try game. And that 4-try buffer disappeared very quickly, didn't it, Lexi?
You know, I'm a simple girl. I see a dummy and I'm there. That was just absolutely beautiful. You cannot beat that. And hey, nothing a bit of free spray won't do.
I actually think everyone should just be simple girls, as you described it. Just You see a dummy, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely here for it.
Easily pleased, what can I say?
That was magical stuff from China in the midfield. And funnily enough, before that dummy came in, I was about to say something that they could probably do with fixing is their transition, because they can't keep having fifth touch on the halfway. But you certainly can if you've got, the ball skills. As China certainly have. Oh, what a lovely hole off the line. That is stunning work from Scotland. Rohan Arnold almost looking Freddie Fox in the eyes and going, I see your ball playing. I'm going to up you with a lovely left to right pill and a brilliant hole hit.
I'm genuinely running out of ways to describe this match. It's incredible. The standard from both squads is just spectacular. They're both attacking with such ferocity, and it's just amazing. I can't believe it.
And Stuart Robinson with a brilliant hole. And so something that I think is really impressive about both of these sides is often when you see, and historically, I'm talking from experience, when you see junior sides looking to do hole hitting, i.e., those off the ball runners, they run from sort of in to out rather than out to in. And China bring this back to a 2-score game. This is turning into a proper little shootout.
It's very much call and response. If anything they can do, we can do better. It's amazing. They're just playing their own game against each other. And there's nothing each side can really do. They're just going to have to try and stick up those defensive patterns that they know have been working well, and adapt to the heads up that's being played.
I've just rewound the live stream a little bit to have a look at that call. Ref spot on. Absolutely spot on. Brilliant call, brilliant positioning. There was a lot to love about that score. And China, going into the final 10 minutes, will certainly be looking to create some worrying moments here from Scotland. I think the body language of both teams has sort of flipped in a way, where Scotland really had their tails up earlier and now looking a little bit more steely and demonstrating that by putting on a bit of line speed pressure. China feeling a little bit more probably happy with their work so far.
Yeah, I'm thinking China are looking more dominant at the minute, but Scotland aren't going to give up easy. Their defence is looking really strong.
Oh, and China have gone, carving through, scoring. It is superb work. Bao Zheng, that free spray is doing God's work over there for the 15. This is a one-score game, and China are just picking off this outside edge of Scotland. They've obviously identified, it must have come from the coaches. If it's come from players, they should be coaching, because they've identified an area in which they think they can get a lot of success out of, and they have. 3 scores have come down that channel now.
Yeah, it's just purely reactive play. They're looking at what the Scottish defence are doing and really making the most of it.
Yeah, lovely.
Well, we don't even have time to comment, do we? This is just...
When in doubt, run a hammer and go as hard as humanly possible. Noah Johnson getting over for Scotland, re-establishing a more comprehensive buffer.
It's great to see a different kind of move there, because Scotland have been running a lot of sweepers which haven't particularly been working in this half, so they've clearly seen that and they're trying something else, and hey, that's working.
It absolutely is. A big fan of the hammer. We don't see it all too often anymore. It feels like it disappeared in the wind one day and everyone woke up and went, we're no longer running hammers. But the Scottish mixed 15s are making a good case for it to come back.
Yeah, I mean, it is such an easy play to get wrong, which I think is potentially why it's not used as often, but when it works, it definitely does.
Yeah, and again, depth. Johnson coming from a different postcode, just flying through. And, like the Chinese middle who made that touch, made the touch, and then Johnson was fighting through him to get to the line. It just shows how I'm really impressed with the speed at which these Scottish players are getting the ball off the floor. They're doing a really good job at keeping this in hand. It's very mature stuff. There's another good scooping opportunity. Right foot step, escaping into the in-goal area. The refs are having a conversation. It's another score, and Scotland have found their gear again.
Yeah, it's beautiful footwork. I mean, there's a lot of Scotland supporters on the side here, potentially giving them a bit of a boost as they're scoring on their line. But yeah, you can't beat a bit of fancy footwork on the line. There's not much you can do as Chinese defence there. Yeah, it's really great to see. And I mean, with the hammer that we were talking about earlier, it's a really great manipulative play, because you're bringing the defence in one way, and then you can easily, if they've shot on you, you can take it the other way. So a really smart play for Scotland there. Oh, and here we go. We have a nice little scoop from China. Is that going to be another score?
Yep. Referees look happy.
Fantastic. Yeah, that was really, really beautiful. Again, Scotland just perhaps not aware of where they are on their defensive line, and China used that. Brilliant to see.
China have been very impressive. And I think, again, it's a really important thing at such a young age to stay in the fight and just keep packing away, staying true to your work, staying committed to your jobs, your individual roles on the field. I think China are doing a really good job at staying in this and creating plenty of scoring opportunities. And I imagine if this game was played probably later in the day rather than it being at 8:30 in the morning, some of these scoring opportunities that went awry for China will go over on another day.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, they've got that bounce back ability. That's really great to see. They're not shaken very easily. Beautiful ball there for Scotland. Is he in the gap? Yes, he is. Is that a good touch? A beautiful touch there. Can't get the China number. Yeah, fantastic touch there from Yan. Amazing to see. This could be crucial for the Chinese team here.
Yeah, Scotland with a nice attacking opportunity. Freddie Fox. Freddie Fox, full stop. 11-8 in favour of Scotland. How good is this boy?
Yeah, there's not much you can do. I mean, it's the footwork that's the killer, I think, because he can easily go either way of that defender. And there's really not much you can do. It's just you need a strong corner and shut, and when Scotland are manipulating the defence so much, that's really tricky to achieve. So great from Fox.
Yeah, absolutely. I think as well, one of the micro skills that you see from Freddie Fox is he squares the defender's hips and then steps.
Yeah.
It's an instinctive thing. I think, unfortunately, and I didn't have it. Well, unfortunately, you've either got it or you haven't.
Yeah, that's a really hard thing to learn.
He's so good.
Just timing everything to perfection, and that is the key here. It's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. And you'll have to excuse us. The referees have just popped over and confirmed that it's 11-8 in favour of Scotland. So a three-score game rather than a four-score game. And China will be looking to make it a two-score game.
That was a lovely sweeper snap back there from China, but well read by the Scottish link. So they will go again. Trying to draw out that defence. Another great link touch there. Yeah, fantastic. The defence are really just pressing on China there. There's not much that they can do about it, and that will be a Scottish ball.
Yeah, well, I hope to see another one of these direct Scottish transitions. I love the way that they use the ball and you know, promote a single shooter and then pass around. Is a really nice example there. I agree with the coach. It's an excellent set. He took the words right out of my mouth. That offset was brilliant. The onset will have a fifth touch platform just shy of the 7-metre line. There is 5. Lewis stepping, right foot, then left foot, and then back against the grain. 2-on-1, fizzing into this corner. And that is contender for try of the tournament already in this mixed 15s category. What a score. Every player on the pitch having something to do with it. Finished in the far wing.
I mean, how do you beat that?
Good.
Every player coming off touched the ball. Every player coming back on touched the ball. It was just, there was really nothing you could do to defend against that. It was perfect from Scotland.
No, nothing at all. And again, I've got to mirror the sentiments of the Scottish coach who came wandering over to the gantry and went, that was pretty good, wasn't it? Yeah, it certainly was. What a way for Scotland to start their campaign. 4th place in the Youth Atlantic Cup last year. This team, and we yet see any of the other teams in this category, and I think there's no bias up here, but England are certainly the favourites in probably every category that they enter into. But this Scottish mixed 15 side, this feels good.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, they've really fired China up from that. They did not like that, so they've come out with such pace, and they're really hoping to attack this line. Looks like the 5th touch there. See what they're going to do.
Yeah, lovely dummy, stepping back against the grain. It's good defensive work though from Scotland. What's really nice is it's Scotland. Again, there is, my keen eye is seeing quite a lot of union patterns here, but they're running that umbrella defence that you see quite a lot, where in traditional union you get your 13 flying out the line and trying to pen people back in. Well, the links are doing that really well for Scotland, and then they're funneling the Chinese attack back towards a set defence. And again, it's mature work that really you wouldn't expect to see here.
Yeah, I mean, as I was saying earlier, I know a lot of the Scottish teams train at the same academy, so they're probably trying to bring a lot of consistency between the squads, and we're really seeing that with such a mature play here. Yeah,
it's Freddie Fox escaping into the goal area once more. Fox almost connects. It was almost a double for Amelia Boyle. Not quite taken on that occasion, but again, Freddie Fox really showing out on live stream.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've noticed both in defence and attack, I'm incredibly impressed by the Scottish female links. They have been crucial in this game. And it's fabulous to see that they're relied upon as well, because very often it can be very mid-heavy, but they're really, really making such a key difference in this game.
I completely agree. I think Lola Orr and Alex Firth have been brilliant absolutely brilliant, and the position in mixed that's so important, so
it really
incredibly important.
And it's very easy to be so targeted as that female link because you're seen as the weakest player there, but you're absolutely not, and they're shutting that down, and they're just not giving the Chinese the option to run that channel.
Well, what I thought was quite telling is in the first half, China were looking to run sweepers onto Alex Firth. And they very quickly deviated from that. Alex Firth was phenomenal. This is last play territory. And just taking the touch, and that is full time in a phenomenal opening game for the Scottish Mixed 15 side. The Scottish supporters down to our right-hand side, right behind our Atmos mic. You'll be able to hear all of those cheering and hooting from the Scottish supporters. They were impressed with their team's work, and so were we, weren't we, Lexi? That was brilliant from Scotland.
Absolutely. It was just absolutely textbook. There was nothing I can fault from that squad. They came out all guns blazing. They kept it up for the whole 40 minutes, which is really tough to do. And I can't wait to see what else they can do in this tournament.
I completely agree. And a lot of learning and a lot of great things to take from that game from a China perspective as well. I thought they problem solved on the fly really well. And it was just, well, it was a case of Scotland having Freddie Fox, wasn't it, realistically? But there's a lot to love about that Chinese performance.
Oh, absolutely. They're going to take so much from this. And they only improved as the game went on, which is a really good sign for the rest of the day and the rest of the tournament. They're just absolutely fantastic. If they can keep that pace up and that heads-up play and read what's ahead of them, they're going to be on for a really good tournament.
Completely agree. However, two teams that probably won't agree will be in our next game. It's still Mixed 15s action. It's France versus Ireland. It'll be Joe and Lexi bringing you through all of these games this morning, and that next one will be with you in about 10 minutes' time.